What is up, YouTube? And I'm sorry for the cliche intro, but I just did a video and I don't feel like doing the same intro again. But this video I wanted to talk about The Miz, because he's awesome. But more so because recently I've heard a lot of people saying he wrestles to be famous. Okay, and as far as I'm concerned, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, because once The Miz got in the wrestling business, it was on a decline. You guys know that, right? Maybe if The Miz debuted in, I don't know, 2000, 1999, I could see your point. But by the time The Miz got into the business, he was doing it because he wanted to do it. He didn't do it because he wanted to be famous. He did it because, get this, he likes wrestling. I don't understand why this argument popped up randomly now. Because I don't know if you idiots are aware, but The Miz is doing his best work of his career right now. I mean, maybe you could argue that around WrestleMania 27 he was doing better work before he won the championship when he was Mr. Money in the Bank. But right now he's doing really, really good. So why do you think he's doing it to be famous? Because right now, Raw isn't getting that many views. SmackDown, I'm sure, isn't getting that many views either. So if you're saying The Miz is wrestling to be famous, you really aren't looking at this. The Miz wrestles because he likes wrestling. He wrestles because he likes the opportunity to affect people in that way. I mean, again, if he just wrestled to be famous, wouldn't he, I don't know, pick a different field? Just go off making movies for the rest of his career? No. He wrestles because he likes wrestling. This is a guy who's a former world champion, but nobody cares. How in the world does he wrestling be famous when most people don't even know who he is? I get it if your argument is that he wanted to be famous, so he got into wrestling and then he left, like, I don't know, The Rock. But The Miz hasn't left yet. I don't know how old The Miz is. He's got to be at least like 35 by now. 35, 36. Because you figure he debuted in like 2006. So he's got to be somewhere around there. Think about that for a second, okay? The Miz has been wrestling for a decade. A decade. You know how much has changed in that decade? Think about this. Back in 2006, the Spirit Squad was a thing. What, was Dolph Ziggler wrestling to be famous? No. He's wrestling because he likes doing it. You can prove that by looking at the fact he's been there for a decade. So why can't you do the same thing with The Miz? The Miz has improved vastly in every single regard. And people still say he only wrestles to be famous. If you really think that, I don't know, comment telling me why you think that. Because I honestly think you're not paying much attention. This is a guy who has worked incredibly throughout his career. You know, it would be like if somebody like Reigns became a really good wrestler. Oh, wait, he is, but you guys are too unaware to see that. You're too ignorant to go, well, geez, that was a good Roman Reigns match. But aside from the point, The Miz, he wrestles because he likes wrestling. He wrestles because this is something he's good at. Yeah, he has gotten a little bit famous, but nowhere near the level he could if he just went and became an actor. Again, people you like The Rock, did that. They used wrestling as a step stool to get to a higher level so they could become a famous actor. People like Batista. I know the internet doesn't like Batista anymore, but he did the same thing. The Miz likes wrestling. You can tell every time he cuts a promo. The amount of work he puts in. The amount of old school influences in his presentation. The fact that he doesn't want to be cheered as a heel, like Kevin Owens, like Seth Rollins did, like every other heel. The Miz, honestly, I'd say he probably likes wrestling more than probably about 80% of the roster right now. And that's not a knock at them. It's just a statement about how much The Miz likes wrestling. You guys need to understand that. Just because he isn't, you know, freaking, I don't know, everybody else on the roster that you guys think are good workers. So I don't know. Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I don't know. I didn't feel like making a list. You guys caught me on a bad moment. I haven't been keeping up with the actual show. I've just been watching pay-per-views. But yeah, That's just my argument. I'm tired of hearing people say The Miz wrestles to be famous. Because if The Miz wrestles to be famous, then he's failing. I'm just saying.